Getting close at the interior panel, front panel dash is almost done. This has been the most difficult part, is all of these angles that have to be cut in each of these little pieces. They all have to fit together. We've got the left side, well, almost done. This part hasn't been put in yet. So you have to, quite a bit of steep angles in some of these cuts. I've been mostly using a bandsaw. Set an angle has been the easiest, easier than using a circular saw. Usually the blade binds up a lot. Let's see here, use just regular cabinet 2-inch screws for holding the this piece to the dash panel, and then everything else had to be, and I didn't want to, but they're just finishing nails, really thin heads that you can hide, and then wood glue, so just the nails to hold it while the glue dries. You can see I've had to cut, of the angles I've already made, I've had to cut the corners where, when they, all these different pieces would meet together, having a part stick out would interfere, especially with this one here. This angle was going all the way to the edge, and then this wouldn't be able to fit in there. So I'm going to, yeah, this piece here is going to have to do some more fitting, but so yeah, going piece by piece, doing any adjustments to make them fit in. But in general, it's been working according to the plans. It's going to start this side tonight, put the other angled front panel piece over here. All these parts here attached to this front panel that just slots in here, so it's not even attached, just sits in this slot here. So it'll all come out and be able to take the two side pieces inside. All the side paneling is done, it's just not attached. We'll do that after I paint the inside of the side panels. Go over here, those side panels are underneath these parts here. This is the right set of parts for the panel, front panel. There's the template from them. You can yeah, see here some of these pieces. It was quite a harsh angle to cut at, steep angle, and then there's the quick custom fitting I had to do to make them fit. Some of those wedges were getting all, there just wasn't enough space in the corners, because I guess the planes didn't account for thickness, you know, as if they were paper thin in the 3D model. So these are the kind of things you run into when thickness isn't planned for. This reminds me, I had to, these almost work perfectly, but you can see these angles here, each part, you know, this piece would rest on there, and then this part obviously would rest here. I've actually had to trim out some because they were starting to interfere, so I had to cut out some, and I'll have to do the same over here so that they fit at the height they're at. Yeah, other than that, I think I just need to do the normal X-Wing. You can see here, I need to add in another panel here that didn't exist in the normal X-Wing, because they actually had the panels go all the way up to here, so like up to your armpits, and not usable because it's just a prop, and go all the way up to here, so you'd have to be like reaching really high to use anything up there on the switch panels on the side. So I've modified them to go down, and I've seen other newer models have done a similar thing where they push that down to make it more practical, either in video games or scale models. They've added a similar type additional shape to fill that void and change that angle a bit. So yeah, that's it. Working on the right side tonight. And then once that's done, it'll be the top of the dashboard. And then it's paint, time to paint. Paint, symbol, put it in. You can see all the holes are already cut here for the switches, all the buttons. I didn't do it on the right side. I haven't traced out. It seems like in newer versions, they have almost similar buttons on both sides, except for the right side's missing like one of these. But I think from all the references I looked at in my original plans, I only have buttons on the left side of this, because I think in A New Hope, they didn't have, these two panels didn't match as closely as I think they did in the later movies. It's the only explanation I can see, because if you look at like maybe the T65B, I saw a diagram that showed the button layouts on both sides, but I remember from screenshots of the movies, it only had them on this side, and they had some other random stuff stuck on the right side that looked like, you know, computer circuit stuff. And in the center, not doing anything with that yet. The future would be to put a screen in there, cut a hole and put a screen in there for all your displays that would be there. You know, normally it would just be the targeting computer and other stuff, but in the XWing games you would have like shields and things like that, and power levels and other things. I think there's anything else to cover. These still need to be attached. These are they'll probably have a no step sticker on it, but they seem to be pretty strong. I actually probably could pull up some weight. It's just some 2x4s. So I need to secure those. These panels, I need to cut holes for the throttle. And then a hole for the switch panel on the right for turning off your targeting computer. Other than that, screens need to get painted as well. So just start with primer gray for everything and work on some details from there. That's all coming together very soon. Let me know if you have any questions. I haven't posted any templates or plans. I'm just busy building. And you can see I've got plenty of it documented on these templates here. It's on the wood pieces here, but I have all the angles I was going to cut at. But I also have it here on the templates I made, so it's all documented. Because those are on the SketchUp model. That's where I took the angles from, and I wrote them down. They mostly worked, almost everything. There's just a few, I don't know, for whatever reason, my user error or something. There's a few of these don't fit together perfectly at the exact angle that I measured at, but it's close enough. And from there, just, you know, a little bit of filler and paint makes up the difference. Yeah, excited. I think we're gonna see this thing turned on, plugged in, wired up. But that's gonna be the easy part. That's just putting the switches in there and plugging them into the boards. It's all plug and play.